Leafs talk, JD Bunkis, Sam McKee. Leafs lose. They get a point, though. They got a point. Good job by them. They get outshot 37-15. At this point, buddy.
15.
Yeah. Dude, they didn't have 10 shots until there was like 11 minutes left in the third. I actually have a new challenge for them. I'm actually glad we're starting with that reaction. Can Leafs get to double-digit shots by the third period of hockey games challenge? Like at this point, you're watching it going, oh, double digits before the second intermission. Good job. They didn't do it tonight, but maybe someday.
Oh, another excruciating watch for the local hockey club. I mean, oh my God. A good mutual friend of ours, Sean Kent, who I'm in a group chat with, he said, how do you win 37 faceoffs and spend the whole game in your own zone? And I thought it was one of the best questions that I've ever been asked about hockey, because they won 68 or what, I don't know what the number is, 67, 68% of the draws tonight. And they spent the whole game. Sorry, 69.8, almost 70% of the draws.
Nice.
And they spent the whole game in their own zone.
So can I answer part of that question to you?
Yes.
They don't communicate, bro. They are just like a quiet hockey team that just kind of shovels the puck around, and it just doesn't seem like they talk out there. The weirdest thing is how, okay, I get it when the D pairings have gone from Tanev, McCabe, solid pairing, having Benoit play well, Morgan Riley sort of being the one evolving piece that was sort of a roaming D partner. But it's the whole team when they go back there. Like they don't talk to one another. They don't support one another. It's just so many little flip plays along the board, sometimes away from where the support actually is. And a team like the Kings that has a bunch of heavy players and loves to play that West Coast forecheck game is just getting in on them all night long. And it was, what was the score supposed to be in your eyes in this game? Because like if you did, Bob McCown used to have this thing. He wrote it in his book where what would the hockey game be if you removed the goals and you just played all the other highlights and asked someone to guess what the score was? My version of that was 6-1 Kings.
Yeah, I think you certainly wouldn't have had the Leafs getting a point in this game.
No,
if you were going to look at it like that. Yeah, I thought Hildeby was pretty good tonight, and he made a couple big saves for them, and like actually kept them in it at stretches. I mean, they got outshot and again by a ton. And the thing for me that I was ready to come on here after the first period where they played great. They came out with the energy and what I wanted to see from them. And, I sent out the tweet about them playing so much better without Matthews all the time. Like it's I guess Marner was part of that, obviously, for the last however long, but they always play harder without him in the lineup. They always just seem to have a more cohesive team-like feel to them. And that was there in the first period. And then they go to the second period, which they just get filled in every game. Their second periods this year have been an abomination. I don't know.
11.
Minus 11. It feels like minus 100. Minus 11 feels flattering to what I've watched this year. It's just, they get so stretched out. The long change kills them. The communication goes away. They really, really are brutal in the second period. And last year it was a calling card. It was how they won a division. They dominated second periods. They were the best second period team in the league for most of the year. And it's such an important time in the game, and it's killing them, man. It's killing them. They lose all momentum in all these games, and they haven't had great starts. I understand it in these last 4 games, but even though like before that, there would be games where it would be killing them. So I don't know, man.
Surely Rasmus Anderson would fix this. Like they're just a Rasmus Anderson away from everything being fine with this hockey team. It's a disaster, man. Like at this point, do you think the people watching this show, what do you think the percentages are of frustrated Leaf fans who come here because they want vent talk versus fans of other teams who want to be Eric Cartman licking Scott Tenorman's salty tears.
Like Big Cat says on Part of My Take, the perverts and sickos.
Yeah.
The perverts and sickos are out tonight. I mean, I saw the views on our Boston one. It's like, oh, that's an uptick. It's like, yeah, they're starting to arrive. The people who are starting to like, listen, that's one thing that you're going to have to come to the reality with, or come to the realization here as a fan of this team that you and I both are. And everybody who listens to the show, well, some of the people that listen to the show, is this is about, you're about to be a punching bag if this continues, because they went into this season with all the expectations again, but no Mitch Marner, and everybody that was a Leaf fan was like, it's not Mitch Marner. They're going to be the same team without Marner. They're going to be just as good. They're going to be a more cohesive unit. So you have that part of it where the people get to make fun of you for, and the fact that you're just a Leaf fan and like people love to see the Leafs fail. This is going to be a long year. This is going to be a really long year if they continue to look like this. And I have no reason to believe they're not going to continue to look like this. Like, what's the thing where like, oh, there's a sign of them pulling out of it?
Well, can I tell you something that was just a real new frustration for me tonight?
Yes, please.
And it's not like I haven't thought about this before, but tonight felt even more so. Is just how Tavares came to this team to win, took it on the chin from fans everywhere who, like, he wasn't the young guy. Oh, it's Tavares' fault. Oh, the reason why the Leafs didn't win is because John Tavares signed that contract and they should have spent the money elsewhere. And oh man, if he wouldn't have come here as again, free agent, unrestricted free agent, not a restricted free agent, maybe the young guys don't take those salaries, which I think is like complete BS and has nothing to do with the salaries they took. So takes a beating from just about everybody, performs to his contract, I would say, pretty much the entirety of the time.
Consistent production. Maybe not like exactly what you would expect, but like consistent production. Yeah.
Flaws, right? Like doesn't give a great quote. Sometimes you thought the energy was too low. But watching him tonight, I'm going, this guy, Ontario legend, comes to the Leafs, gets stripped of the captaincy for Austin Matthews. Decides to stay with the Leafs despite all of the attention, all the pressure, all the same stuff that the other Ontario guy left because of, quote unquote. Takes half the money that he's deserved in free agency. Again, he's already rich, but that's the thing. Like, he cares about the game and he cares about
all these guys are rich.
Yeah, but he cares about the crest that's on the front of the jersey and about living in Etobicoke and being an Ontario guy, having his family be here. And he is working his ass off, man.
Yeah.
He is playing hard. And the guys around him, I don't know how many you can say the same for. And I feel for the guy right now because God, is he working? And like the few times the Leafs actually got shots, it's this guy just buzzing around the net, working, grinding, trying to get to loose pucks.
Yeah.
And scores 2 goals tonight and doesn't, like, I guess gets the point. You're kind of happy with it considering the way things are going. But yeah, this guy's been a stud. And it's like, we've talked about this before, how the contract makes it refreshing the way you can talk about him, but I'm sick for him.
Yeah. I thought he was their only threat tonight. Outside of Bobby McMahon getting a good bounce on a breakaway. I mean, he noticeable, but like, a lot of the talk about trying to replace production and, being a deeper team and having these guys come in here. It's like, when is that going to happen with Wah and Joshua? When's that part of the season start?
Well, their fourth line tonight, I sent you a text. This fourth line, 4 minutes.
I mean, what did Blay play tonight?
I don't know.
3 minutes?
I noticed them for a couple minutes, and they just had one shift where they couldn't do anything with the puck. Yeah, 4:19, Luke says.
Yeah, so 4:19.
Yeah.
Yarncroc played 9:56. And then everybody else was up over 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Lorentz was 10:19, but like 4:19 for Sammy Blay. That's
and like, of course they're missing Matthews, and any team that's missing their best guy is supposed to look different. And they're missing, but you're missing Matthews and Scott Lawton.
Yeah.
This isn't, oh my God, the whole team's on a cart from up front. And to your point about just nobody feeling like a threat, I guess I'll do positive talk here. I think I'm a little higher on McMahon's game maybe than you are in this game, because he's done something recently. This is a stretch of games now where it's been the fight. It's been sticking up for teammates. And because I tweeted that he looks like a guy who's figuring something out. And a lot of the replies to that tweet were, oh, this is what he does, right? He has positive stretches and then he disappears, which is like a totally fair critique of the guy, right? Like he completely disappeared in the postseason last year. And we started the season going, where exactly is he supposed to be? But I kind of wonder if that fight that he took against Zadorov maybe just opened up something in his mind a little bit, going, I got to be one of the guys that plays with a bit of force here. I'm playing in the top 6. I'm taking a little bit more ownership of my game. And I am going to try to be just a little greasy. It's not like he's not Tom Wilson out there. No one's trying to make that case, but he's got a ton of speed. He puts pressure on defenses with it when he gets in on the forecheck. He creates the first goal. He scores that one, but he created their first opportunity of the game, where it was him on the forecheck. He got in on a couple of them. I like when he's using his speed, but also his size. And it really does seem as though he's kind of figured out a little bit more of using his physical attributes to his advantage.
That's fair. I think it's been, the Boston game was the Saturday night where he jumped in for Scott Laughton, which was nice. The Sunday night when that kid cut his hand open, it was so gross. He was fighting for Nick Robertson in that game. And in the Boston game, he laid
the greasy hit.
Yeah. And in the Boston game, he was mixing it up again, like on Tuesday night in the last Boston game, the one that was in Boston. He was willing to mix it up and he's getting in there. And like, maybe you're right that he's just, nobody else is going to be seemingly fed up with this. The big guys that play in the third line never run into anybody or never look anybody funny. So I guess I'll have to do this. Like, I hope that you're right about it, because boy, they need it. They need somebody to look engaged. They need somebody to produce for them outside of Tavares and Nylander. And, Nyes, who's been good, but I think his production has been flattering to what his game's actually been so far this year. Like, I hope you're right. Like, I'm more on the side to not necessarily trust it, because there has been really long lulls throughout it.
It's kind of like the Nick Robertson conversation we had.
Yeah,
like it's very similar. Like, just from the standpoint of, we've seen a lot of the work and there's been the same kind of ups and downs. So if you're hesitant to just say, I'm buying Bobby McMahon stock, then I get it. Like, I totally understand what you're saying.
Yeah. Hesitant, very hesitant to buy that. But yeah, another good game from him tonight. Noticeable, flying around, just like you said, just kind of dangerous, feels dangerous. So good for him.
We have that nice conversation that you just talked about.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So 5-on-5, he's one of the leading point getters in the NHL.
I know.
Does it feel that way?
I don't know. I think it just, everybody's so down on this team and it's so hard to watch on a lot of nights that maybe you don't feel great about anybody outside of Tavares and Nylander, I guess. But yeah, I don't know if it necessarily feels that way. I don't know. Like, it's totally anecdotal, and you're going to point to the points, and like, he's been producing and they paid him to produce. So what can you say? But I would say that not nearly as physical as I would like him to be. And there's a role on this team that kind of needs to be filled with more physicality. And it doesn't feel like he's necessarily feeling that. And that he thinks of himself more as a sniper than he does of a bruiser. And there's a line that I'd like him to walk a little bit more than he does, but it'd be hard to really get down on him for the amount of production he's had. But there is a little bit, he leaves me a bit wanting when it comes to the physical side of the puck. Maybe that's what it is.
I wouldn't say that I'm down on him, in terms of like, my perception of him has drastically changed. But so I had Colby on my show today.
2 assists tonight for him, by the way.
Yep. And the last one was a nice one. Like the first, whatever, but the
20
second,
points in 17 games.
Yep.
Going into tonight.
Exactly. So this feels unfair considering all of the problems this team has, right?
Yeah.
Like, is Matthew Nyes 20 points in 17 games really the thing that you're going to circle, JD? It seems a little unfair, but it's just because it's in my head from the Colby conversation. He brought up Marchand, right? How, man, Toronto really missed out on getting him.
Yeah.
And the argument I made for overpaying Brad Marchand was someone who was going to keep the room loose, someone who's going to slide into the top 6 automatically and give them a real presence there. But also that the way the guy plays, you were hoping was going to rub off on 2 guys in particular, Matthew Nyes and Easton Cowan. And it's too early for Easton Cowan. But during
him tonight.
Yeah, but during Matthews' absence, I'm looking to see sort of who takes over these games and who puts their stamp on the way that they want to play. And tonight it was Tavares, right? Some flashes of Nylander, but if I'm being just honest about Nylander's game tonight, it left me wanting. I thought he was cheating a lot for offense, and that, you know, the goal that goes against them, the second one, he and Nyes don't get off the ice. They're just they're standing flat-footed and they're watching the puck go in the back of the net, and then Berube chews him out for that. And again, good on Nylander, just the type of guy he is. He comes out and makes a play right after.
Immediate dime.
Yeah, like Nylander's been consistently good. And Nylander is Nylander at this point. Expecting him to all of a sudden turn into something he's not is crazy stuff. But Nyes is young enough, and we've seen it, right? Where he feels like a load, a real problem, not just in front of the net, but pursuing guys on forechecks and digging in the corners. And last year he stuck up for himself in a fight, and I don't necessarily need him just, you know, like scrapping and fighting every single night. That's not what, again, not trying to make him into Tom Wilson, but I really would like to see him during these moments. He just got a contract. You get old fast in the NHL, right? It's not a bygone era where you're waiting until someone's 28, 29 years old before they're supposed to be a leader on a team. I'd love to see him play a little bit more physical. That's all. I kind of,
but I mean, this goes back to a conversation we had a million times about what
I don't need him to be a finesse guy. Yeah. I don't need you to be a finesse. I need you to be a bruiser,
but he's not. And that's been an issue to serve him, like in his own, like to fight his own battles. Right. I don't know. I think that you're expecting something, like I've said a million times, like he's wore a cage in college. Like he was on the top line of the best college team in the country. He was lighting it up. He was dangling. Like he doesn't think that he is that. And Kipper's talked about it a million times on our show, wanting him to be more physical. And like you said, doesn't have to fight, but just like, it was the perfect example last game that I brought up when Zadorov hammers Nick Robertson. The play goes offside. The play is stopped. He's standing there right beside Zadorov. You don't have to drop the gloves with him, but just go over there and
mix it up.
Grab him.
Yeah.
Just grab him. Like, just like get in his face. Like, you don't have to drop the gloves. Just be like, hey, what are you doing?
Dude, look at the bars right there on the play that we're rolling on the YouTube clip. Like,
he's not that. And that has kind of been the issue with this whole era.
Yeah.
That he's just kind of the same.
I was kind of hoping that there was like a little bit more different.
But he's kind of that. So, and this team, and like you said, to your point about having Marchand come in here and being like, no, you could play like this, when all the guys are like, no, you should play like this, like us, snipers. Yeah. So anyways, boy, we're just dark.
Yeah.
Oh my
God. Okay.
Oh,
positive. Let's use a positive.
Okay.
Kid looks good in that.
You think? You like Hildeby? You like him?
Yeah. Made what? 34, 33 saves in this game? Bailed them out a couple of times. Here's the thing. It actually just sort of reminded me of the Leafs goaltending last year, where they're not letting in a softie that feels like it breaks your back. Make the saves you're supposed to make. That's what he did tonight. There was,
one wrister beat him low glove I didn't like. Was that Fiala?
Yeah. Wasn't the best, but overall, I just thought, like, you're going to give up 40 shots, man, to rookie goaltender. Thought that he played well.
Fogel says
Fogel.
Luke. Not,
the
listen,
Fogel one.
They have a lot of snipers on their team. They got some boys who can shoot it. Like that, that Kempe fires the puck. That's good timing if you're watching there, as he just fired one on there. Like, Byfield snaps it. Fiala snaps it. Like, they got some guys on that team that can really shoot the puck. And he stood in there. He's your third string goalie. Both of your 1A, 1B goalies are not around. And now you're propelling this guy into many games here that he was not expecting to play. Like, you got Akhtiamov as the backup tonight.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how much more you can expect.
Yeah, I just think that like if in the second period when they're just pouring it on, right?
Yeah, you saw it.
He lets in 2 goals, right? And the one you don't love, but whatever.
Don't love.
If he lets in a bad one when that's happening, I don't think they get a point tonight.
That's fair. That's a fair point.
Like that first period, same thing. He lets in just a softie to start this game. I don't know if you steal a point. Mm-hmm. So to me, he's like, if we're doing primary reasons the Leafs got one, it's Tavares and Hildeby. For me. And then McMahon would be 3.
I think that's fair. I think that
Those are my 3 stars in the
3 stars of the game.
There's 3 stars of getting 1 point and outshot double by the LA Kings at home.
What a prestigious honor.
Yeah. Put it on the mantle.
Oh yeah. But I think he is doing more than can be expected for the third string goalie. That was supposed to be the Marley starter. And that has been like thrust as your starting goalie basically for who knows how long. Like Wall's got to be between the pipes Saturday night, right?
Here's my thing with Woll though, is nobody knows what it is. And it's serious enough where he's gotten the full respect. And he like, even when he spoke to the media the first time, he's making it very clear, whatever this is, everybody leave me alone. And the media and the fans alike have done complete shut up time. Really?
We've talked about it a bit for sure.
Speculated like publicly.
We've talked about it on our show, like what's going on. Like, I guess not speculated publicly, but like the impact that it's had on the Leafs and Stolars
of course
that.
You talk about the impact. I'm saying that this guy is saying to people, I don't want to discuss what's going on with me. And in a rabid market, Bud, you and I, when an injury happens to a player and there's mystery around it, how many DMs do you get from Joe in Etobicoke and Larry in Mimico and Carl in Woodbridge?
Someone's going to call Wall's mom.
Yeah.
What is it called? Reimer's mom? Remember that?
Yeah.
When Reimer had like maybe it was a Conco or something. I forget who it was that did that. Yeah. But anyway, it's like, that was a different time. Different time for sure. It's different time.
But I'm just saying that, like with Matthews, right? There was like privacy, but also everybody speculated for forever and ever. But this one, it's not really happened. But whatever it is, it's serious enough that I want him to feel 100% returning. I don't want a rush job. It's the same thing with Chris Tanev. He gets 2 concussions in what, a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I want a warrior like that to be 110% before he's coming back. Like, to me, this is like the same joke about the Rasmus Anderson stuff is you don't want to throw good money after bad. And if you think that Joe Woll is the long-term goaltender of this franchise, don't rush him up for a game and let him feel the pressure that he has to bail you out. Now, at least Hildeby did a good enough job for me tonight where I went, okay, well, I think you can win with that guy in net playing the way that he has the last couple of games. Honestly, like I have not looked at him and felt, again, the Kasper thing where it just goes, well, you got no shot with this guy in here. He's got better than Stolars.
He's got for sure. And he's got potential to be a goalie that can give you 20 games in a year.
Yeah.
As like a backup fill-in kind of guy in the league. He definitely looks like that. But can I push back a little bit on the Wall thing?
Sure.
Like it's not a rush. It's November 13th.
Yeah.
They've given him a lot of time here. And like you could argue that it's Seward, their other goalie. Like he's started way more than he ever should have. And like the knock on this guy was his, like, he can't really play a ton. He needs to be a 35-40 type guy. He gets paid as a 30 start, 40 start guy, 1A, 1B situation. And like the Leafs have been incredibly respectful of Joseph Woll. They let him have all the time in the world. And, you know, the media has been good to him and all this stuff. Like it's almost December, bud. It's halfway through November. It's hockey time. It's hockey time.
Like I said, though, it's one of those things where I'm playing that one cautious for the long-term future. And I'm making the guy.
He's played 2 games for the Marlies. He's playing hockey. It's time. Saturday night. It's time. Like if I'm on the team and it's like, it's Hildeby again. And like, I'm like, okay, like get in. It's time. I'm not trying to be insensitive here, but like it's hockey time.
I just look at the situation right now. And again, tonight, this was not one where you could have made some cases with some of the Stolars performances where you go, man, he kind of broke their backs tonight. Like the third one the other night against Boston, where he gets pulled on it. It's like that broke their backs.
Yeah.
That's a horrible, horrible, horrible goal for Stolars to give up. And then he's gone from the game. And maybe he was already dealing with whatever that injury was on that goal, but man, that sucked. That was just an awful one.
Yeah.
The way Hildy played,
injury.
When you're giving up 37 shots and you're getting 15 and you're not cracking double digits until the second period of hockey games and shots.
Yeah.
And by the way, this should also be noted that people are talking about how the Leafs are scoring goals, and Nylander's talking about it too, right? Where he's like, I'd be more concerned if we weren't scoring goals. Leafs are the number one finishing team in hockey.
Yeah. I know.
Like, what do you think is the more likely of the things to regress right now? Them scoring 3-4 goals on 15 shots, or them giving up 37 shots?
Every shot going in, or them getting filled every night?
Right. So would I like better goaltending? Absolutely. But my same thing all along has basically been, when you're playing this way, it doesn't matter, man. You got to have Hasek in net for you to feel like you're going to win some of these.
I just think it's time on Saturday night. I do.
If he's good to go, good, but I got the caution gloves on. Same thing with Tanev. Same thing with Matthews. Honestly, like, they're saying it's lower body. I don't need you to battle for the team right now when you've been out of the lineup for 2 years, basically.
Now I'm thinking I'm connecting all these dots. You're like, they should rest this guy.
Oh,
the Blood Boys from McKenna is back. Now I get it.
Hey, guy, I think Nylander could use a blow.
Tavares looks a little gassed out there.
Can I tell you the only other thing I thought about with Tavares tonight, though, too, is that, okay, he's looked great. He's been so important to this team. But if you're talking about like playoffs and trying to get right at the end of the season, like there's the people. Like, you had the theory about, hey, could they get hot at the end of the year and get on a run?
Yeah.
You know what's probably not going to be too good for them is leaning on Tavares as much as they're leaning on him in a game without Austin Matthews, like the way they did tonight.
I will say a month off will help.
For sure.
A month off will help. What?
Can he at least be in the conversation for
Team Canada? Yeah. Let's talk about that. Like, I don't think
can he just at least get put on a board by somebody? Can just one person that's not us, who are bang dead homers who are texting privately about how he's the captain and how it was wrong of the Maple Leafs to strip an Ontario guy
buddy. We're on the right side of history on that one, pal.
I know we are on the right side of history of that. And you know what? Everybody else, you can come deliver your apologies at JD Bunkis, at Sammy McKee. Like, dumbest thing. Whatever.
It's ridiculous move. Ridiculous.
Yeah, so stupid. But I look at the Olympic team, and it's hard to factor him into there when you look at the roster. I'm more. It's tough, man. That forward group is insane. They're going to leave insane guys off that team. So him getting snubbed from one of the greatest forward groups ever assembled is not embarrassing or wrong, but just the way he's playing and the way his style of play. Like, this is what I'll go to. I had Bergeron on, right? And I'm talking about how it's super, and he agrees with me that it's super important to have a lot of the guys where it's their last time at the Olympics with some of the next generation to be able to show them the Canadian way.
Yep.
And sorry, but Tavares plays the Canadian way.
Yeah, it's fair. I think it's fair. He's got a lot of Team Canada pedigree. He's been a great performer for our country multiple times at the World Junior level, the Olympic level, gone to the World Championships for us, was a captain there. Totally agree. Like, remember when they did the Four Nations face-off, and then I came in here and I buried somebody at Sportsnet. It just turned out it was DA. When DA, our boy David Amber, put together the all snubs team, and he snubbed Tavares from the all snub team. And
that was wrong.
I was like, how can you when you put out the all snub teams, at least have Tavares be the number one center on the all snubs team.
Yeah.
Okay.
He deserves that.
He does deserve
top
that.
Snub billing.
Yes, he does. He does.
And by the way, in hindsight, Konechny and Jarvis over Tavares for Four Nations was a travesty.
Yeah, Jarvis played a lot towards the end of the tournament, but definitely over Konechny. Over Konechny.
Like, come on. Yeah. And this time around, my early thoughts are those two guys are out.
Buddy. It's November 13th. We're already doing Canada talk. We got no Leafs.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I texted this to you. Jays lost the World Series by an IKF bad lead. The Leafs are terrible. All I got is Team Canada at the Olympics. I said to you, if they lose at the Olympic Games, I'm selling high on dice. come on down for J Deals at your local Etobicoke Hyundai, because I am done with sports. I can't do it. I need a sabbatical. I need a mental health. I'm out of here. Like, yeah, Luke says I have MVP Darnold, and I will say that I'm just trying not to jinx it. I'm not getting high on Darnold because I don't want to have a situation where he sees ghosts in the playoffs and I look like an idiot. So I'm being patient with that. This week's huge. This weekend is big. But
I will say, like, there's a great coffee shop in my neighborhood, Coffee Tree, one of my favorites. I go there multiple times a week.
Mm-hmm.
If Canada loses, barista. I'll be going in there and I'll be like, "Oh, you want to? What do you want?
Foam?
Oh, double espresso? No problem." Like, I'm now a barista.
Yeah,
I'm done.
I'm selling Hyundais, or I'm just like cabin in the woods. Like,
oh God,
I'm that movie with Nicolas Cage, Pig, where he gets a truffle pig and he just lives out in the woods.
Listen, dude, I watch our players. Like, I mean, we were talking about this today. Out of market hockey right now has never been better.
So
and like
good.
The talent in the league is just, it's insane.
West
but you look
Coast,
at the but you look at the top of the leaderboard and like, how many Colorado games you watched this year?
Quite a few, actually.
Nathan McKinnon is out of control. And let me just check his passport. Still Canadian.
Yeah.
Connor McDavid still Canadian. Sid still Canadian. Like, we'll be fine. If we lose, it'll be by the finest margins. But God, I can't handle that. Maybe they just won't have the rink in yet, and it'll just be ball hockey, and I won't be as crushed if we lose because they haven't got the rink done yet. So.
Yeah, except for if it's ball hockey, it's like we got to go to Woodbridge.
I was gonna say, got to call up Alex Burrows. Alex Burrows is apparently the greatest ball hockey player ever.
Yeah, no, we got to go to Quebec and we got to go to Woodbridge and we got to get all the boys to get out there. You're playing now. Those guys are better than any NHLers, 100%. Anyway,
speaking of which, Doughty lock
for sure for me.
Love Doughty. Thought he looked great tonight. His game's evolved beautifully. Where like he used to be like he had a couple jumps up the ice tonight. But he's still got such great offensive instincts. He's clearly slowed down a little bit, but like his defense tonight's solid. I thought he was awesome tonight. He is a lock for me. I love him.
First of all, if your idea is to take Colton Parayko over Drew Doughty, I think you fire everybody on.
Well, that's the scary part is that like, you know, the Doug Armstrong Blues thing.
Like,
we're gonna take Robert Thomas and Parayko because they're our guys. Like that feels like it's possible.
Yeah. I just think like what he did at Four Nations last year and now that he looks healthy, it's just such a no-brainer, man.
Talks about it every chance he gets. He's like, I want to be there. I want to be there. This guy cares. I got a picture on my wall.
Winning plays.
I don't know if I want to turn my camera and go full blurry, but right beside me is the picture of Sid, Scott Niedermayer, and Drew Doughty. Luke says, don't. Classic. Yeah, the producer says, don't turn. Yeah, good play. But it's him hugging Sid after he scores a golden goal right beside me. He's a Team Canada guy. He's played for us so many times. He's got to be.
Okay, this is a fun one before we go.
Okay, yeah.
Do the Kings right now have the two biggest you wish they would have been Leafs at some point in their career guys in the NHL?
Oh, Doughty and Perry?
Yeah, so obviously fans would kill for McDavid, right? And like everybody's made the McDavid jokes and come home McDavid. But he's been under contract the entire time, and he just signed his first extension for 2 years. So at some point, McDavid will be one of those guys that people point to and go like, man, this guy had to come home. This guy had to come home. The generation before us, like the Gen Xers, I think they would say Lindros was that guy. And then he finally did become a Leaf, right? It was just like, I can genuinely remember being like 8 years old and my dad and his friends talking about, oh, I think Lindros is going to be a Leaf. Like that was something my whole life.
Lindros Leafs jersey is on my bucket list.
Yeah. My brother has a Lindros Leafs player tee.
I want the jersey.
Yeah.
That's what I really want.
So, but Doughty is his whole career, always like the little minor flirtations and the talking trash about the Leafs.
Oh yeah.
Just kind of always felt like maybe he would end up there, but just a universally loved guy in Southern Ontario. And then who doesn't love Drew Doughty in Canada? I'm not trying to say it's like our thing, but if you could have had somebody for his entire career here, like he's very high on the list of everybody our age. And then I would say Corey Perry is on that list as well. More people feel a certain way about Perry, but there's been so many chances for them to get him. And again, this year he's a stud at 40. And I go,
that's the thing. They could have signed him in the offseason probably. Again.
Every year. Yeah.
Again, they could have done it.
Listen, you had to get Dakota Joshua, his 3.25 and Michelli instead of just pay Corey Perry.
Yeah. I can't stand Corey Perry. I've never been able to stand him. You know why? London
yeah.
night days.
I love him. He's one of my favorite players.
Yeah, it's fair.
Time, yeah.
I get it. I get why people love him. Like, don't get me wrong here.
He's just a hockey player, man.
Yeah. I mean, to have the burning desire at age 40 to like sign with the Kings and keep it going and sign against the Oilers and just like light it up and still just stand there and look Dakota Mermis in his face. And I think say horse S. Yeah. I think he said horse ass to him. Like, your horse ass, which is great. I think that's what he said.
But who would you put in that class with those two guys? I think they're like so far away. The two guys that have had like the most.
My generation was like Rick Nash.
Before. But I'm saying,
I'm saying
guys that are still playing. Yes, Rick Nash, dude. I'll never forget when Tyson Nash went to the Leafs. My buddy sent me an email that said Nash to the Leafs because that's what it was. It was from a message board, Toronto Maple Leafs message board. And I was like, oh my God. It was Tyson Nash.
I'm trying to think around the league. I don't really know. It's a tough question to think of off the top of my head. I'm trying to think of all the teams. Do you have more on your mind?
No, I think that's what I just said to you is I think that those two guys are the greatest gap. Like Doughty is the number one guy that was on everybody's fake trade wish list throughout his entire career. And Corey Perry has signed 6 contracts since leaving the Anaheim Ducks. And I think just about every single one people here have gone, you should get Corey Perry. And then they just never did. And it feels like a travesty. It's obviously not Gretzky level, but I think Corey Perry never signing a contract with the Maple Leafs when having multiple opportunities.
Lots of chances.
And he was exactly what they needed time and time. And like, you look at every single guy they went with over him. And
that was Simmons.
Yeah. But Simmons, Reeves, go on down. It's just, it's a nightmare group of guys that did not work out over Corey Perry.
Yeah. And, I don't know how you can hope to contain the 3 goals between Dakota, Joshua, and Wah this year. Like, are they going to score ever or no?
Those guys?
Yeah. Like, are they ever going to score?
You know what? I don't even like, that'd be great, but and obviously they're here to provide offense, but can they just do something else too?
Yeah, like run into somebody or fight, or
at least Michelli makes the odd play. Like it's like, okay, cool.
I thought he actually had some moments tonight. I thought he was okay.
Oh, I actually have one last take, rapid fire take. Michelli's got to be power play 1.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Easiest move for the team, easiest idea for Savvy. Like, who cares who you take off? He's power play 1. He's the best playmaker on the team. He sees the ice great. Do it. Like, what do you got to lose?
So sorry. Yep. That's Joshua has 2 goals and Wah has 1. Nice. They need more. They need more of them. Like they do. They just need way more of those guys.
Yep.
They're not giving them anything. Like you can carry the puck into the offensive zone and like have the puck along the end boards for a little bit, and then that's it. And that's all that ever happens. That's all that ever happens. Kings jersey's best in the league.
Not even close second.
Best jersey in the league. Yeah.
Best jersey in the league. And also, I think it's the number one. If you're just a fan of like fashion, if you were going to wear a jersey and you had to you had to wear a jersey to the bar today, that's the choice in any sport.
Yeah, I think so. I actually think you're right. And if Luke says Flames, I think Flames whites are second.
Oh, I don't have that. I would say number 2 jersey that you could wear to the bar is like St. Louis Cardinals.
I just meant like nice. I just meant like nice jerseys.
Flames.
In the NHL.
I love Flames as well. Yeah. I really do. I love Flames. I love
certainly no basketball jerseys for men our age.
No, it's basketball and football jerseys.
But just hairy neck, bad arms. No. Not basketball jerseys are for beach only.
Yeah. Beach only or music festival.
Those are the only ways.
Yeah.
All right, we've been going.
All right, let's go. All right, let's get out of here. Subscribe to this podcast. Hit thumbs up on YouTube. Leave a comment if you want. Reach out anytime on Twitter and Instagram at JD Bunkis, at Sam McKee. And we will see you Saturday night after the game against
Blackhawks.
Yeah, Bedard. Hey, that's fun. You know what? That's what we are now. We're just like,
watch like the other guys.
It's like a crappy NBA team where you just wait for the stars to come into town. You go, oh, Corey Perry's here tonight. Oh, you get to watch Connor Bedard tonight. Oh, that's it.
Quickly, for our Leaf fan sickos, at least the Habs lost 7-0 on home ice tonight. And the Oilers lost to Columbus too. So at least you have those two.
Yeah, I'm Team Tank, but also Team Oilers suck, and McDavid's like, I can't do it here.
Yeah, that's a good outcome.
Yeah.
Demand a trade.
Yeah, exactly. All right. We'll see you Saturday.